All right, I got a nice little Player's meucci vintage stick that I'm listing on eBay, and I wanted to go over the condition of it really well. Sometimes these things, the pictures are impossible to get everything in it, and I like making sure I get a really good description of stuff like this so you're not surprised. I'm going to list this condition as definitely as a player stick. It's in good condition, I believe. Show you first off, it's got a good roll. I don't see any tip jumping. Looks to be really smooth. I don't see any jumping, any warping, nothing like that as it goes at all. Tip stays on. So that looks to be good. We'll go top to bottom on this thing and I'll show you every little flaw I can find. We've got our meucci brand here. Looks really good. The end here has a couple little nicks on this edge, as you'll see right there. Just a little table clatter, I'm sure. People getting ticked off, banging the end on the floor. We all been there. Come up. These two areas are very clean. I don't really see anything to note at all in these areas. The end cap is clean too. Come up in here. These are probably the little areas where we're going to note the most. Actually, I'm going to go see if I can get you in a little bit better lighting here. I want to show this off really good. Here we go. As we go into this, you'll see about at the grip point, I'd say about 6 inches up. There's a little bit of clatter in here. It's superficial. You can feel it. It's not like deep grooves. These you almost can't feel. Looks like somebody just kind of, banged it on the side of a table. They're flat. This one was probably a scuff. Again, if you run it over it, this one you can feel. The little ones, they're not very prominent. You almost can't even feel them, but they're there. This is, honestly probably the worst of anything on it I see. It's doesn't stand out much, but it's there. I want to document it and have it clear. Again, so you see it. Try to get the best light as possible. It's right there. So as we keep going up, it's a clean stick. No other marks in the grip area. Get up to the top, you see a little smudge. Now this isn't like the other stuff. This just feels like a little break in the paint from maybe, going over it when you're breaking or whatever they're using it for. Really, it's smooth to the touch, but just there so you see it. We keep coming up here. I didn't clean this stick or polish it or anything. This is exactly as I found it, so you're getting good honest condition. I'll spin this. And as we go, get up here, you can see a couple of just a little, again, like that one. You can catch it barely on your nail. Not that much, though. As you can see, when it goes together, just seamless. It's very tight. The threads are great on the stick. A couple of little marks there. We get into the shaft again. I didn't clean the shaft. It hasn't been sanded by me. This is how I found it. So I'm sure somebody can go over this and make it look as good as new. But the only really spot to note that I see on the stick is right here, right above it. Not really in the field of play, but just wanted you to see it. Just looks like a couple of little chips right there. That's probably the best way to see the glare. You run your finger over it, you can definitely catch it with your nail. You can hear it, but it's not horrible. There's no warp in it, as you saw. Couple of little things like that you'll see as you go. As I run my finger over it, it feels pretty smooth. There's a couple of little areas up here where you see a couple of marks that I'm sure will come out when you clean it. Like right there, I feel that on my finger, and right there and such. When I go over it with I can just barely, you can feel it just needs to be cleaned up a little, but there's no grooves here or indentions or cracks or deep grooves where somebody beat it up. Just probably just needs a little cleaning. You You can see as the light hits the couple of spots that you can feel, but it's nothing horrible. This is definitely a nice player stick, I think. If somebody takes a little bit of time with the right board, you know, goes over this real heavy, cleans it up, all this will be out, I think. Tip's really nice. Probably not going to need to change that for a while. Head's good, smooth, as you can see. Not a lot there. But this really is, it's a really nice player stick. I'll put a picture of the weight of it up so that you see that too. But definitely for a vintage meucci that you want to play and just take out to the bar with you and beat up some balls and show off a nice stick, this is definitely one for you that you're not going to pay an arm and leg for. So probably not a collector stick, new or anything, but a very nice example, and it'll probably pound some balls good. So good luck bidding on it.